When you decide to improve yourself, start setting healthy boundaries, or finally address your personal baggage, you expect a specific reaction from the people closest to you. You assume they'll cheer you on, yet the reality often shifts in the opposite direction. Those friends and family members become distant. They grow critical. You start noticing a steady drip of passive aggressiveness. By leaving your comfort zone to evolve, you transform into a stranger inside your own home. The more you work on yourself, the less they seem to recognize you. Finding the courage to change your habits is difficult, but the true crisis of personal evolution comes later. It hits the moment you try to bring that changed self back to your community and face their backlash. This chart shows the difference between two types of learning. If you read a stack of philosophy books, you gain theoretical knowledge. It floats safely inside your social boundaries, threatening no one. But lived experience is different. As you apply what you've learned, your behavior changes. You make different daily decisions, and as this pulsing circle shows, those actions push against the established social boundaries. You stop playing by the unspoken rules of your environment. You no longer respond to the usual guilt trips or power dynamics, making you unreadable to the people who thought they knew you best. True growth demands crossing an invisible line of compliance. That moment of crossing turns your private victory into a public disruption. Think of your immediate social circle, your family, your coworkers, your old friends, as a village. This village operates on a specific set of shared illusions and unspoken agreements that keep everyone comfortable. When you return to them living by an entirely new set of rules, it triggers a deep psychological panic. If your new way of living is correct, it implies that the entire village has been living their lives based on a lie. The village doesn't react out of malice, but out of a desperate need for self-preservation. To them, your new perspective represents an existential threat to their worldview. Social resistance operates like a biological defense mechanism. The group rejects your truth to protect the cohesion of their shared, comfortable reality. To enforce conformity, modern society uses invisible psychological electric fences, networks of gossip, complete social ostracization, and subtle professional sabotage. This psychological dynamic is captured by the ancient allegory of Plato's cave. Escaping the dark cave to see the sunlight is only the first half of the journey. The danger occurs during the return. When the enlightened person goes back into the cave to free the others, their eyes can no longer adjust to the dark. They appear clumsy and foolish to the cave dwellers, who quickly mock them and eventually seek to destroy them. Those electric fences force a choice. You either abandon your new truth to fit back in, or you hold onto it and suffer total isolation. History shows a pattern of punishing those who bring back new truths. For the person who saw the light, the breakthrough often leads to a social isolation that feels like a permanent exile. But isolation and rejection are not the end of the road. They are merely a painful transition phase. Ancient Greek mythology provides two distinct maps of the human mind. The first is the Odyssey, which follows a circular journey. Odysseus survives immense hardship, only to return to Ithaca and restore the exact same status quo. He uses his newfound wisdom to survive within the old system without changing his world. The Argonautica offers a different trajectory, the spiral journey. Jason seeks the golden fleece, a divine object of hearing and lived knowledge rather than a hoard of coins. True evolution requires acquiring a truth that can transform your environment, rather than surviving hardship just to fit back into an old, broken mold. The Argonautic myth reaches its peak during the return. The hero must reintroduce the fleece to a society that didn't ask for it, navigating the same hostility that drove him away in the first place. A successful return requires offering that knowledge as a tool for renewal, rather than a weapon of criticism. If you return acting superior, the village's electric fences will activate immediately to shut you out. Consider a person who returns to a high-stress office with a new commitment to mental health. If they simply tell others to read a Zen book, the village smiles and ignores them. But if they begin setting firm boundaries and ignoring unpaid overtime, they must find a way to explain those choices in a language the office can actually hear. Your growth is incomplete until you find a way to bridge that gap. By translating your truth into something the village can use, you stop being a threat. You become a gate, allowing the entire community to evolve alongside you.